Hello everybody and welcome to SNAFU Season 3 episode, oh god, is it 4 or 5? It's 4. It's 4 anime review. So, fun fact about this review, right? I actually filmed it already on Thursday, ready to go out after the episode. Problem was, this thing in the background. So, last week, didn't have it. It's a new thing, the green screen. I'm learning how to use it properly, or better. Didn't really realize it about the light. Didn't realize it didn't have enough light. So basically, unusable footage. I was going to read that I haven't had time to redo it until right now. So, but hey, let's get on to the actual episode. There's my explanation for why it's late. Sorry for the few people that watch. I love all of you. I felt like saying that. Thanks for watching. Anyway, this episode just makes your heart break for Yui, doesn't it? Just like I sort of went in not knowing, but feeling like, okay, Yukino's going to win. Like, that's the way I think the story's going. But she's just getting battered at every turn. Like, just let her have something. That's my one hope. I've said it a couple times for this season. Just let Yui have something in the end. Come on, you know, I don't know what it would be. Give her Totsuka. Don't give her Totsuka. That would, I can't see that in my head. Don't do that. Would that be weird? Anyway, let's get on with the episode, see exactly how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. All the students around the school are watching the prom video, which, you know, it's been a success. It's good. Hickey can't look through the, our boy Hickey guy, that is, can't look through the pictures for the, I guess they make a pamphlet or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. My apologies, because he's too embarrassed to look at them, basically, because he's Hikigaya. He's big old tsundere, really. They're free to go. Yui, Hikigaya, Hachiman, whatever. Flip between the names as I do. They're free to go. They don't need to help anymore, so they're going to go and hang out, I guess, or not. They're just going to go home. They say we might need your help again, though, so that they keep your schedule open, basically. So then, on the walk home, they're both sort of looking at each other like really awkwardly. And then Hikigaya, of all people, the most antisocial man I know, and he's not even a real man, but everyone knows a Hikigaya. He's like, yo, want to hang out? I got to get something for Komachi. You want to help? And Yui just looks so happy. Like, I don't know who my favorite is. I like Kawasaki, I'll be honest. Like Kawasaki, she might be my favorite. But of like between the, I guess the main three, Yukino, Yui, Iroha, I don't know who my favorite one of them is, but I'm leaning towards Yui now, you know, like I'm leaning towards her just because the looks on her face. She looks so happy when Hikigaya wants to spend time with her, but she's not going to win, is she? She's not. They quickly have a discussion about what to get her, because basically they talk about you know when you get presents that you don't want, but you gotta pretend you like them, right? Like who at Christmas? This might be a boy thing, might be girls as well. I have no idea. You get your nan just buys you the smelly set, right? You're like your Lynx body spray and all this other stuff, right? And it's like, oh, thanks. I'm very rarely going to use this because I don't leave my house. But no, I do leave my house. I'm joshing with you guys. I do leave my house. It's okay. It's okay, guys. But yeah, you get it, and you're just like, oh, you could have given me like a tenner. That would have been just as good. But you got to pretend to be nice. Yeah, it's like that. That's what they don't want to happen to poor Hikigaya, you know, because if Komachi did that to him, I think he would absolutely just lose his mind, which he needs that. That's his one redeeming feature. But then they find a vending machine full of Max Coffee, which is the drink that Hikigaya drinks. It's in the shape of it, and I've never seen the man more excited in my life. I think Yui says something to that effect as well. Just he's taking selfies, he's doing poses. She takes a picture with him just because, why not, I guess. Not a particular fan, but look how happy he is. And then he's like, yo, send me that pic. Like, Hikigaya he's become what he hates. You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the normies, not join them. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I don't really remember. But that's basically what's happened now. Then they talk about, they go to like a, what do you call it? Like a apartment furniture shop thing? I can't put can't put my finger on what that is called, is what I'm trying to say. Very, very badly. And she's like, yeah, you're going to live alone at uni? And he's just like, that's what he sounds like. He's basically like, I might commute from my house here because all the places I'm looking at are close enough. Then Yui's like, man, you got your university picked out, your college, whatever. Yukino's got her future sorted. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do. And I'm like, yeah, same, Yui, I feel you. And I'm flipping, I don't know. Should I know what I want to do with life? Who knows? It's the never-ending question, isn't it? That's a scary thought. Anyway, back to anime, actual important stuff. So then she pats the spot next to her on the bed, basically like, come sit with me, Hickey. And he does, looking all embarrassed and stuff, as he does. And then it's like, what did you dream of a kid? Of a kid? What did you dream of as... My words are on fire today. I'm going to have to... This is the third review in a row I'm done. I'm going to have to pause after this. Not just because the camera's running out of battery, but also because I'm flowing my words and I'm just gibberish rambling. She also says... They talk for a bit about that. She says something along the lines of, oh yeah, and I wanted to be a bride. And Hikigaya, like, chokes on his non-existent coffee that he's drinking. But then they decide on what to get Komachi after, like, a brief silence after that. Like, what do you want me to follow that with, you know? They decide, Komachi, we'll get her a handmade cake because it's not about how good it is. It's the thought that counts. Even if it's crap, it's still thoughtful. Trouble is afoot as Iroha comes to get them, I guess, the next day at school. And so they go to the... whatever the room is. I don't know exactly what room it is. The thing is, all the Yukinoshita are there. So you got Yukino's there, Haruno's there, and the mum's there. I don't think she's got a name yet. Yukino Mama. That's what we'll call her. Yukino Mama's there, and she is... They're basically representing the... I can't remember what they're called. The parents, basically, because they're all stiffs, and they're boring, and they don't want a prom because boys and girls holding hands, disgusting. Get that out of my... That's not PG. Get that out of here. Which, you know, they're graduating. How old is graduate? Like 18? Like, come on. Like, behave. Like, a little bit. Just boring people is basically what I'm saying. Is that a bit harsh? Boring. Yukino Mama says it's not wise to go ahead while there are still some people detracting from it because that's just a trouble waiting to happen. To which I sort of agree. Yukino Mama makes a good point, but that's the thing, right? Hikigaya, it's sort of they deadlock throughout this whole thing. Hikigaya has noticed this. He sees how scary Yukino Mama is. Because she's not like, she's manipulating it, but in a way that sort of makes you think, yeah, that makes sense. As opposed to Haruno, who sort of like manipulates you by beating you down. Like, if that makes sense. Not beating you down. I'm not explaining that very well at all. Different ways of manipulating people is what I'm trying to say. And he asks Sensei for her opinion on what to do, which inadvertently, perhaps it was on purpose, ends the conversation. She gives her opinion and Yukino Mama is like, I agree with that. I'll be back next week or whatever, whenever. So that was the meeting, and it's looking like, I didn't even mention what it was about. Basically, looking like the prom could get cancelled, but Yukino thinks we'll figure it out, basically. And then bombshell, right? So Hiratsuka Sensei is gonna leave the school, maybe? So that's a thing that's gonna happen. She couldn't tell anyone because she's a big old tsundere. Yukino is gonna try and persuade the parents and stuff that, hey, hand-holding is legal, okay? It's fine. We're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna get pregnant from holding hands. That's not how it works, you know? Doesn't want Hikigaya involved because she wants to do it all by herself. Haruno says, hey, you're not a big brother, which is sort of relevant because, you know, Iroha the other day was like, hey, not your little sister. So it's sort of coming back to that. Relevant. And also, Yukino Mama might change her opinion on Yukino if Yukino can sort this out on her own, basically. And then, Haruno sort of has a go at old Hikigaya here. She says, lending a hand isn't always the right choice. And basically, there's a word for your relationship. And at this point, I was like, what's the word? Because she gets cut off. And I was like, but what is it? I really want to know what it is. You know, I need to know this thing. You can't leave me in suspense. They say it later on, thankfully. The suspense sucks. And then Yukino's like, don't worry, I won't ask you for help anymore. And it's like, but Yukino, we won't have a show if you don't ask for help. What are we going to do? If it's going to be Hikigaya walking home from school every day? Can't have that. I'm making a joke about it. It's quite good how it's done. And it's my job to make things comedic, I feel. But yeah, it's really good. Yukino not saying I'm not going to ask for help. Is it the right choice? I mean, there's no right answers, as we're going to find out in just a sec, when Haruno explains exactly what she was on about. It's raining. That's always a good start. When the scene starts raining, Hikigaya flashback to what Haruno was on about, basically. First of all, she's like, what relationship do you think you have, Hikigaya? And it's like he was like, oh, it's a love triangle. So he's at least sort of aware of what's going on. He's not an idiot, dense protagonist, which... I mean, I didn't need to tell you that. Of course he's not an idiot, dense protagonist. And Haruno's like, what? You insane, man? Like, no, that's not it at all. But then I'm sitting here like, Haruno, you an idiot? That's exactly what it is. Like, seriously, my dude? But no, it's called codependence, is what their relation... She said that, and I was like... I had to think. I was like, oh, crap, she's right. Because she explained it, she was like, you solve everything for her, and then it makes you feel good. So it's like codependence. It's like, crap, she has a point. I hate it when they have points. I like it when they don't make no sense. Then it's easy to disagree with them. What's going on? Not good. Then, more trouble. Yui said, let's make the cake at our house, so they're going to do that. Trouble's afoot. Iroha texts Yui, I think, basically saying, stuff's gone bad. Hiki phones Hiratsuka-sensei, just casually having a teacher's phone number, whatevs. And basically says, what's going on? School decided to cancel the prom. Well, not good. All the work they put into it, going for nothing at this point. Yukino chose to withhold this information from Hikigaya and Yui. More Hikigaya, I think, because she knew he would absolutely get involved. And that's what's the first thing he wants to do? Get involved and try and solve the problem. So, I mean, you can't say she was wrong. She had the right idea. Yukino withheld it, as I said. He wants to help her, but can't put into words why. And Hiratsuka Sensei's just like, why? No, tell me. Why? I'm going to wait here until you tell me. Like, we're not going any further in this conversation until you give me your reason. And he's just like, I promised her I'd save her one day. And I was like, oh, we're bringing that back. Oh, it's happening. And just remember this whole conversation. You have that happening. Yui is just next to him. Like, I think it's clever you don't see her at any point. It's like, oh, he's making this impassioned speech kind of thing. And then you just don't even think, oh yeah, Yui's right there. You can see the look in his eyes and everything. Just, man. I feel bad for her. I feel really bad for her. Hikigaya tells Yui he's going back to school to try and sort out this problem. And then just this soul tear goes down her face. Because she knows. She knows she's lost. She knows she doesn't stand a chance. Just, poor Yui, is all I'm going to say. She cries just once, and then he gives the old, should I walk you home? Are you okay? And it's so ironic, I think is a good word for it, in a terrible way. Hikigaya, who hates nice girls, is just being the nice guy to Yui, right? I feel bad for her, because he's not even oblivious, he just thinks he's being polite, but sometimes being polite is the worst thing you can do, and that's what this is, you know? Oh, Christ, poor Yui. And then he runs off, literally, he starts running, like, I'm gonna go and save the day now, and Yui just behind a corner just starts bawling, and then she's got like a little monologue going on, and she's like, yeah, this is how it should be, but selfishly, wish I hadn't stopped crying so he would have stayed with me, and it's like, Yui, why? Like, I just want Yui to get something. Just don't give her nothing. And then at the end, right, I should have mentioned this as well. The ending, the credits song, instead of the version with both of them, it's just Yui this time. Just, oh, God. I think it also started playing a bit earlier. Like, when an opening or ending song starts playing during the episode, like, you know stuff's going down. And that's exactly how I would describe it. Stuff is going down. We're, 4 episodes in? This thing is 3 light novels. So I'm assuming this is the end of the first one. Don't know if that's true. Haven't read the light novels. But this feels like it could be. So, that was the end of the episode. I just feel bad for Yui, you know? Like, yeah, Yukino is in trouble too. But Yui, man. Is that too hard? Is that too one-sided? Just, I guess. I mean, Yukina probably won't even be too happy to see him at first because she wanted him to stay away. I say at first because, you know, he's wormed his way in, hasn't he? That's exactly what's happened. And now we get to my favourite part of the episode. Oh man, it was a good episode throughout, but it was building. And that last section in particular, really good. Really liked it. So I'm going to pick specifically my favourite part. Hikigaya on the phone when he says, I told her I'd save her one day. And it's basically kicked everything off. Yui's tears, it kicked off. Hikikaya's determination to go and save Yukino as he said he was going to. Yeah, that's definitely it, I think. That's my favourite part of the episode. Really looking forward to seeing what happens next, you know. I think it's been a kind of a slow start to the season, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. But I feel like we're kicking off now that the problem is revealed itself. So yeah, looking real forward to it. Okay, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week, hopefully on Thursday if I get everything sorted out right. Take care, and bye guys.